Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. And we have Wheeled Beast today from Clan GFL Season. It's T29, top of the rolls in a Tier 7 and 6 battle with 3 Artie on each side. That is painful. But he is here on Highway, and he's headed up from the southwest cap into the town. Looks like he's got a good mix of guys going. But look at this. This FB304's name is IP Freely 2. So I don't know if there's an IP Freely 1 or if that's as in IP Freely 2 also. I don't know. Well, he's gonna have a bit of play here a little while later. We'll get to IP Freely in just a minute. Okay, so we're pushing into town. A little bit weak actually in town. He's got a decent amount, but they've got a huge crowd going up into the northwest. In theory, they should win that fairly easily, but let's see what happens with this game. There's a lot more hit points out there. Tier 7 did not get a boost, but Tier 6 did. So there's more people to shoot. We've been looking at that in the contest, giving out some premium tanks. There should be a update to that actually on Coffee Talk. You probably already saw it for last Sunday. So by the time this comes out, you guys will have known that we've added a couple more prizes to the contest. So we're shooting through. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone shoot through that window. Wow, okay, learn a new thing. Interesting. Their FV304 is now targeting our hero, the Tiger. Holy cow, that's really hard to use. I'm not sure. I don't know if the advantage gained by that, is he going to shoot there? Obviously, Heat or HE will have a hard time with that. It will probably be stopped by the building. And we're just kind of watching this corner of this Tiger right here. Yeah, I think you probably need to move on to greener pastures. Just going to shift over here to the left, and all of a sudden a Tiger is behind us. How a Tiger 131 got behind them, I'll never know, but looks like he's reacted to it. Puts a thump on that guy. I'm going to push in here. Good idea to cover up a little bit from artillery. This guy's probably going to out-reload you. I'm surprised he didn't shoot. There we go. He did shoot. Now we're charging the 131. Oh, geez, already comes in. We're going to be able to bounce this one because this Tiger's going to have a hard time penning you probably. There we go. And down he goes. Nicely done. So we finished the 131 who made an unexpected arrival behind us. That was very strange. Of course, nobody was really looking back there. There's an Artie going after, and you're going to find that poor Wheeled Beast. Now look at this game. It looks like it's well in hand. It's 5-3. They've won the Northwest. They're winning the town. Everything looks really, really good. And then Wheeled Beast, I think, is let himself off the chain a little bit, and perhaps not exactly what he wanted to do, because the Tiger is still around. That guy actually gets a chunk of us. He puts 210 into us, and he's running it. There we go. So we take another hit from the 304, and then the Skoda T40 decides to push in, and it looks like that's the end of our hero right there. The Skoda probably feels like between he and the Tiger, they should be able to take this guy down. But the KV2 has other things in mind. And here comes a Wheeled Beast. Let's talk real quick about that ram Wheeled Beast. Actually, if you would have caught the corner of the Tiger in between your two tracks instead of ramming with the front, look how your tracks are out front like that, and hit his tracks with your front armor instead of your tracks, you probably wouldn't have tracked yourself on that, and you probably would have tracked him. It would have required a little bit of jink to the right and back to the left. But it's a small thing, but it can be helpful. So the artillery is still coming in here. And remember IP Freely? Our buddy, here he is. He's attacking. He's attacking. We're going to kill the Tiger 1, and then IP Freely is about to... There we go, and we're off. Everything is good. 155. 50 kills our poor buddy. The overly hyper-aggressive IP Freely. There's a JPZ that gets a chunk of us but bounces. At least he tracks us. We're going to try to shoot the Firefly. We get a chunk of him at 284. The SU's pushing in. It still looks pretty good, right, folks? We're in pretty good shape here. I think what I would have done right here, Wheeled Beast, is turtled up for a bit. Go ahead and go dark, and you may be going dark about here, but artillery is probably watching things get broken, and I don't think you were quite dark yet. There's 3 of them, and they're going to be prioritizing you right now. I think you do need to push in because your guys are pushing down from the bottom side there, and we see this JPZ. And from here, I would have driven straight up and covered myself up with this bridge. Make any shots onto you as difficult as possible. The shot going at him. And then the other thing I had a question about from the first look through was you were going to get a shot on the Jackson. And there's that artillery I was talking about, which is why I would have tucked up against this right here. And now we're in kind of bad shape. Although it's still looking okay for our tanks, the artillery is really focusing you down right here. So I really think this poke is ill-advised. Come up and over. We find two guys. We shoot the arty. And we don't kill him. And he kills us with 153. Nice job with 3,047 damage, 243 assist. I think just a little bit over-aggressive in the town. Maybe let your guys get a little more situated. And then the push. And then, of course, you just get nickel and dimed by arty. But I think I would have waited just a little bit to keep these guys kind of busy, worried about you, tucked up right here, and maybe work underneath the bridge and make any artillery shots at you much, much more difficult. You know, there's a Jackson involved somewhere. He's back in the corner. So I think you were probably thinking a little bit, hey, this is a hold down monster. Let me come up here. I should be able to maybe shrug off another arty shot. But unfortunately, the Hummel got a direct hit, and I don't know if that was a pen or what, but it was enough to get the last 153 off of you. Looked like the short gun on him, too, so I don't think it was even the top gun. And unfortunately, this ends up being a loss, which is a bit of a heartbreaker, considering how well you were doing on there. But a 3,000 damage game, which is not easy to do, used to not be very easy to do in this tier. Now, T-29 would be one who could do it even before the upgrade to the hit points of the tier 6, because it's just a really good tank, and in this setup, a fantastic tank. But there's a lot of hit points on the board, or a lot more hit points on the board now when you're talking about tier 6s, 5s, 4s, and all that stuff. So thanks for sending that in. Your name is in the hat. Remember, folks, we're going to have 2 tier 8s and a couple lower tiers to give away, plus the donations to charity for the tier 7 contest. I mentioned it before on Monday, in case you didn't hear, the replays were broken on the 15th with a micro patch, so everyone's tier 7 stuff they sent to me I'm unable to use. Your name is still in the hat. That's not me using the replay, or even seeing the replay for that matter, is not a factor. It's just that you sent me one, and I have the option to go through them and find the ones that I want to use. This happens to be one of the ones that was later after the 15th, and I could actually use it. So hopefully those are starting to build up again. If you sent one already before, like I've already talked about a couple times, feel free to send me more, and I'll be happy to analyze them and take a look at them. Wheel Beast, thanks for sending that. Bit of a heartbreaker, man. That's all I've got for today, and we will see ya.